What's up, what's up? Real MVPs, Ricky Widmer here, and welcome in to a special video for, we love to talk about these. Also, first off, joined by the man, Dave Oster. Dave, how we doing?
Doing great.
Today, Dave, we're bringing a little bit of different content. We have our draft stuff that we still have not recorded yet. We will do that. Do not worry. However, we got to talk about some stuff beforehand because we got to talk about before we get into everything. And I'm assuming if you clicked on this, you're a Bulls fan, so it's not going to annoy you. But non-Bulls fans might get annoyed by the echo chamber that's about to be created here. But remember, if you're new, if you want to support us, Patreon link down below. And if you're not in Discord, join the greatest community in the universe down below in the description. Dave, the Bulls, I guess, had a draft yesterday. We technically made a pick.
We had a pick. No, we had a pick. That's exactly what they promised us. They were like, we're going to go get a pick.
They didn't promise us we would pick a good player with that pick.
Well, we don't know. We don't know if it's a good player or bad player. Here's the thing. We drafted Julian Phillips, who is a bit of a mystery box because...
could some say he's a boat?
Well, he could be. Here's the thing. It's sort of a trend now, it feels like, with our front office liking raw wing prospects who are physically gifted, but have some room to improve in many areas of their game. So, first we drafted Patrick Williams, who was notoriously a six man at Florida State. A lot of people really liked him because of his physical measurements. He looks fantastic. And as a player, he's developed pretty nicely for us. We drafted Dalen Terry in the first round last year, and Dalen Terry, for all 8 minutes of playing time he got in the regular season, I still really like him as a prospect. But again, he was kind of he needs playing time. Arizona, he was able to be like, I want to say like Alonzo-esque point guard almost is how they used him at times during the season. And I was like, oh, cool, that makes perfect sense. We would draft somebody who can kind of fill in that role until Alonzo's fully healthy. And then we proceeded to not play him. And then when he did get playing time, it was like, a couple minutes garbage time here or there, and he wasn't necessarily a point guard, which I get. His handle's not the tightest. He's got a lot of room to improve. Noticing a theme here. So this year we're drafting a former McDonald's All-American, one of the most explosive athletes in the draft class. I think he had like a 43-inch vert, hard-nosed defender out of Tennessee and Phillips. And it's like, I can see why we're doing this, but at the same time, can we just admit that we're just drafting players who aren't ready to help us win today? And if the goal is to win with the run it back core, which we just heard in the press conference given by our front office, AKME, how, continuity, there weren't any great deals out there. So, we're just really going to work to improve and all that bullshit. It's very interesting that we're drafting one style, and yet our core is built around Vucevic, DeMar, and Zach at the moment. So I feel like we're a little disjointed here.
So I wasn't going to bring this up right away. I was going to let it marinate, Dave. And then later on, I was like, because I haven't known how to feel since last night, because I do feel like there's a side of the fan base that is, it seems like, I'm going to use the word overreactionary, but they're not.
You don't say.
Just seems like it. Okay, but they're not. Because as Bulls fans, we should not be happy with happy with last night in the draft. We shouldn't be happy with the press conference that we got from our front office. And some of the things I've seen, some in the Discord, some not, is comparing this front office to Garpax. And first off, I want to say anyone who thinks that Garpax is a better front office, you're delusional. I never want to go back to the Garpax days. We are in better days now, or at least change days, which are better days. However, I feel like as fans, we're pointing all of the focus on AK and ME, which is the wrong place we should place our focus and our hatred, Dave.
Just up and down from there, right?
Up. We should go up. And the thing that I am calling for today, Bulls fans, I kind of agree with Joe Colley that Bulls fans aren't going to do this, because he made a tweet where he's like, oh yeah, you're mad, but like they'll re-sign D Rose and then you'll go give them your money. And I got angry at that, but then I was like, he's right. We will do that because like the thing about Chicago, Dave, all of Chicago, Bears fans, Bulls fans, Sox fans, Cub fans, Blackhawk fans, we love our team more than we should.
Yep.
It's
called being a fan.
We don't care if the team is god awful. We will still go and support our team. Cubs fans were doing it for over 100 years. White Sox fans, well, I mean, I was at the White Sox game the other day, Dave. I'll put it this way. They had a promotion, first like 20,000 fans get a t-shirt.
Every fan got one, I bet.
Brandon and I showed up 10 minutes before first pitch, and they had boxes still available. So maybe not White Sox fans right now, but that's a good thing. Point I'm getting to.
Yep.
Our hatred is targeted at the wrong spot. I feel like AKME are in a position where they're being forced into mediocrity. Like the article I'm looking at here from Bloggable, Arturas Kornasovas doesn't settle for mediocrity. He strives for it. I kind of hate that headline because I don't think it's AK that's striving for mediocrity. It's the Reinsdorfs. It's Daddy Reinsdorfs. It's Kitty Reinsdorfs. Because here's the deal. I feel like the Reinsdorfs, more so Jerry, if anything, still want ching ching dollar bill. We got to be good enough to make the play-in at least, to get that extra play-in money. If we make the playoff, extra playoff money would be great.
Ideal is the playoff money. Yeah.
But so we need a team that's good enough to do that. So we can't enter a full rebuild because we're not going to be close to that, and we're going to lose out on that money. So to me, I feel like AK is in a weird situation of like, well, I got to put a team that's good enough to maybe make the playoffs while trying to do what maybe he wants to do and fully rebuild while doing. That's why we're getting got like athletic wings that have all upside and don't play now. Dave, I am saying this now, and this is the end of it. Bulls fans, we need to take a book out of the Oakland A's. We need to start the chants, sell the team, sell the team. Do it harder, do it louder. We need to sell the team full on Pat McAfee when he did it with the Padres. Sell the team every home game of the year. Every home game of the year, sell the team until Jerry Reinsdorf does it. Because the Bulls aren't going to be better until they're gone. The Sox aren't going to be. I don't even care about the Sox. I'm a Cubs fan. But the teams that the Reinsdorfs have right now are not going to be. And the White Sox are garbage, Dave. I saw them on Wednesday. They're garbage. Nobody goes to their games. So it's like, sell the team, man. I got another pencil right here. Sell the team, man. We need every home game. Sell the team 41 games next season.
Yeah, no, that's all. I'm glad you got that out of your system because there's zero chance the Reinsdorf's selling.
It ain't gonna.
It's a family legacy thing.
We won't even
money.
chant it because we love the team so much.
Well, no, we kept selling out the arenas up until the Fire Guard Packs movement hit its critical point, and we got it happen. You know, we got it done. Mediocrity for so long, but now he's got to recoup those playoff. You know, the missed playoffs because we did our last rebuild so poorly. What I think happened right now is twofold. One, DJJ did not re-sign with us. So we're like, oh, we'll just go get new DJJ. We need a hyper-athletic wing. This is a 19-year-old version of him instead of, a guy in his prime. So, like, in theory, his defense is NBA ready. Sure. Can he afford to be on the court for more than a couple minutes?
Dave.
He can't shoot, but he can dunk, though. He can yam it. So, again, not very dissimilar from DJJ. Which if
we were in the 90s, Dave, I'd be excited, but we're not. We're in an era where you need to shoot the basketball.
Well, that's arguable, apparently. Our front office just realized that player development is important, and we should shoot more, as it turns out. We went out and got ourselves a new player development guy in Pete. Oh, God, I already forgot his name. Will Gottlieb article is right around the corner.
We got a shooting
Peter
guy.
Patton. It was Peter Patton.
It ain't gonna matter because we're not gonna shoot the ball. But
we're taking baby steps here. So, like you said, is this a stealth rebuild by AKME where they're drafting guys that they like? Continuing to plod along on this course of mediocrity at the moment until we have the go ahead to pull the trigger on some deals. Maybe that seems like something that I would choose to believe at this point. Although, I am very happy with our undrafted free agent signing in Adama Sanogo, who was the center for the UConn Huskies on the championship run, multi-year college player. Absolutely somebody who I love because, hey, multi-years in college, improved every year, kept getting better, excellent screen setter, great touch around the rim. Like, yes, is he a little short for a center? Sure. But he also has crazy arm wingspan. So I'm not super concerned about it. I like him. Imagine someone who sets screens. He was in an offense that set the most screens in like college basketball last year for players like Jordan Hawkins. The amount of movement they had, the amount of sets that he was able to, run in college. Hey, we got a very smart player. Upperclassman continues to improve. Everything I love about him. So like, I'm cool with this. I think we did about as good as we were going to do without selling out on DeMar or Zach completely. I didn't expect us to. So, and we didn't yet. There's still talks of Anthony Simons, DeMar DeRozan potentially happening out there in the future. Who knows? That's all this offseason plans. We got to figure it out.
I also will say, if this is true, I'm reading this from Sports Mockery, which usually Sports Mockery isn't not the reliable source, but like
it's
a lot of people have been saying this as well. The only reason I'm using them is because they said according to the New York Daily News. So like, okay, at least that's a reputable news source.
I'll search the line.
Zach LaVine, I feel like I'm a little angry with Zach if the rumors are true that we pretty much had a deal with the Knicks to get stuff for him. And he said no. And Dave, the whole reason he said no wasn't because of the team. Like, if it was about, I don't want to play for New York, I don't want to play for Thibs, I don't want to play for that team, I'd be like, fine. But if the whole reason is what's being reported is that basically from what I'm reading here, but a source said the LaVine camp isn't interested in dealing with the Knicks, who have a representation around the league of favoring clients from CAA, the agency that employed Leon Rose before his move to the Knicks front office. If you're not going there just because the Knicks like to sign players who are represented by CAA, and for those of you who don't know, the reason why LaVine doesn't like this is because he's a Clutch Sports guy, and Clutch Sports was founded by LeBron James. And where was LeBron James before he made Clutch Sports? Oh, that's right, CAA. So, like, if that's the main reason, real. Like...
It's not real, Ricky.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm saying if. It's like, I feel like if he even shot down a deal to the Knicks, Dave, at all.
He doesn't have the ability to shoot down a deal.
Everywhere is saying that he's shut down the deal with the Knicks. Right here, like, would be against a trade, is not interested with it. Like, the Bulls, I feel like, are not going to be that team that's like, oh, we're just going to move you wherever we want. Like, if we're not trading him because if he has no ability to, we should trade him if the deal's on the table. That's what I'm saying, real. Dave.
There's no trade clause. He has no opinion. His choice doesn't matter in this factor. It'd be like if, Marcus Smart didn't want to get traded. Well, too bad you got traded. It's a business.
Just frustrated, dude.
It ain't real.
This team is not like...
I feel like you're just trying to make yourself angry by reading shit out there online.
Well, this is all you see. And, like, this team, I just feel like... And maybe this is me going into the overreaction spot. I feel like this team is never going to be good.
Nah.
Never going to be like the whole lot, like the Lonzo Ball.
It's currently constructed now. Okay, but yeah, you want to talk Lonzo? We can talk Lonzo.
He ain't going to play next year, and that's fine. It's fine.
That's what was brought up in the press conference yesterday. When they asked, can I? Or do you just want to rant for a while? I'm not allowed to rant. I'm just trying to give you the quote in the context.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's fine. He's not going to play next year because I get he's got to recover from that injury. But it's like, yet again, do we hold off on building this team for the future because, we're going to hold out that he gets here next year? Not next year, but the year after? Like, where's the hope? There's no hope, Dave. That's all I was going to say.
Why is there no hope?
Because we don't even know if he's going to fully recover. What if he doesn't fully recover? And then it's like, oh, wait, we wasted this season and didn't, like, we're basically in a spot where have a road between building this team right now or rebuilding and going full rebuild. And we're not picking a lane. We're just staying. Well, we're picking a lane.
What would
it's
you
right
like
in the
them to
middle.
do with his 2 years, $20 million per year deal?
It has nothing to do with Lonzo and doing anything with him. It's picking a lane of like, okay, are we really going to try to run it back? or are we entering full rebuild, or are we just staying in the middle waiting until the Lonzo answer is answered to then make a decision?
I just don't understand how we're not. We are choosing to run it back. That's what we've decided. Vucevic re-signing here is happening. We already know that. They're already in talks. But everything exactly is happening. Like, the only thing that we don't know yet is if Pat Bev is going to re-sign here. Because Pat Bev could just want to go get a free, chance at winning a ring rather than play in this locker room with people he does not really appreciate. So that's the only thing really up for grabs.
Do you think
outside of that signing? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we give him a chance to start. I think that's where our front office, or that's where our coach is at. I think he would start Pat Bev again instead of letting Kobe White try to run an offense. Instead of letting Ayo Dosunmu try to run an offense. Instead of letting Dalen Terry try to run an offense. I think we're going to get another year of Pat Bev. That's what I feel. Like, you keep talking about how like we're not picking a direction. No, we picked our direction. We did not trade Zach LaVine. We did not trade DeMar DeRozan. We have not signed and traded Vucevic for any young draft picks, which means we picked our direction. We got $20 million of dead money with Lonzo Ball, who will not be back this year, as reported. When they asked him about it, they said, "Hey, he had his surgery. He's recovering well. All signs are great. We'll give you some more info around the All-Star break, but we don't expect him to play this year because the recovery time is 8 to 12 months, is what we're reading." So, and that's for normal human beings. Imagine a basketball player who has that much use out of their knee with explosive running, jumping action. So, I would say, unless we're in a situation where it looks like, hey, we're a finals team, like, no, he's not coming back next year. Exactly. So the question is $20 million this year. I think 20 next year is the number, right? So how are you going to build a championship contender with that on your deal? You're not. So we're not. So we're just going to keep on trucking, Ricky.
Yet again, this is me coming from the fan spot of it.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm going to care. Like, when I ask this, I'm obviously going to care about next season because I'm a Bulls fan, and I expect all fans to be like that.
You don't say.
I expect all fans to be like, well, you're going to care about the season because you're a fan of the team. But there's a point where I look at the question of, why should a Bulls fan care about this upcoming season if we know we're not, like, it's basically if you're at least bad, like, for example, this year, Spurs level bad, you at least have the hope of like, oh, cool, we can get the number 1 pick. We can get a top pick.
We do have our pick.
No. I mean, like, if we're not going to be top 3, like, we're not going to be the worst team in the league is what I'm saying.
We could be.
I don't think
we're another
so.
Injury away,
I don't. Unless something like that happens, I don't think we're going to be the worst team in the league. Yes, we have our pick, but like
maybe we're in 12th place, 11th place, and it's 2 weeks before the All-Star break. Seems like a good time to move Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan in his final year under deal. Like, I think that would be something that we would do. I think we're a team where we're going to keep evaluating throughout the year. This whole offseason basically just like bring back everybody we know. I wouldn't be surprised if we take a shot on somebody, but we don't exactly have a ton of money because even though anyone asked about if he was able to go over the cap and he said yes, no one expects that to actually happen because that's not Reinsdorf. So
no, well, and like I've said, all the local media here is saying that Reinsdorf and all the Reinsdorfs are not going to go into the luxury tax for a mediocre team, for a team that's not going to be able to win a championship.
Well, we all know that's a lie because he will go in the tax if we make it to the playoffs because
I mean,
make up for the tax money.
You know what I mean though? Like,
no, I'm refuting what they're saying. I'm directly refuting what they're saying because I know that those playoff checks are going to make up for the tax he's going to lose. So
but the question is, if we're
good enough to make a first round, then he's going to go in the tax. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but the thing I bring up is, are we even good enough to make it to the first round?
Yeah, absolutely. Again. With Pat Bev on our team, we were above 500, and that's with the state of the team at that point last year, which was not great. I think mentally we were pretty boomed at that point. Our coach is he makes choices that not everyone agrees with. Me, a lot of fans, especially about who he plays, who he does not play. So the hope is that now we're spending a little more time with player development. We're going to work on our youth movement behind the scenes a little bit more. Hey, maybe we end up in a situation where mid-year we're looking pretty good because we are playing the younger guys, because we are getting some minutes out of them to soak up more, and we're not just playing iso ball with 2 guys. Or we don't look good, and we're going to move off of one or both of those 2 guys for value, is how I see this year kind of playing out. I think we're either going to sell or we are going to be a playoff team. Not a top playoff team, clearly, but like 6, 7, 8. You know, the East is pretty fluid right now. Like if Brook Lopez gets picked up by another team, that's going to hurt. I mean, they won't be the number 1 seed anymore, but they'll still be a top 4. Like Atlanta could be a number 3 seed this year. There's a lot of questions going around a lot of teams in the East, to be fair. So I don't think we're gonna really pick a solid, like, I think we're gonna run it back until we can't. We're gonna hit that point in time in the season where we're, hey, pick a lane. Like I think we've decided already for the offseason where we're going. The only question left is like, is Drummond gonna come back on his deal? Or are we going to be in a situation where he wants to go get a ring and we're going to have to go sign somebody else?
Well, because like
we just won't, let Adama Sanogo get minutes where he should.
The thing I'm looking at too is like, so the teams below us last year, the Raptors are going to be interesting because Fred VanVleet won't be there.
And likely, yeah. It seems like he
the Rockets
probably
will
end up on the Rockets is the rumor right now. Yeah.
So the Raptors are going to be different. Could the Pacers be better? Maybe play-in team.
If Tyrese Halliburton is healthy the whole season, then yes, they'll be playing team.
But the bottom 4, I don't really see changing. Wizards, Magic will probably not be bottom 3 in the East. They'll move up. But like Wizards, Hornets, Pistons. Maybe the Pistons are a little bit better, but I don't see neither of those teams, like any of those 3 teams, jumping up super high.
I think the Pistons can, just because Cade Cunningham will be back healthy.
I mean, and when I say jumping up super high, like the Pistons, if Cade Cunningham plays well and is healthy and that team clicks, they could maybe
7,
be
8 more
10.
wins.
They could maybe be 10 at the best.
Yeah, I think that's like 7 more wins for them.
Which still puts them at, like, if I'm at 24 wins, which is good enough to be last place again.
No way. They were that bad?
Yeah, the Hornets had 27 wins.
I forgot how bad that team was. Like, I did not like Jaden Ivey, so like I understand. I did not watch him as much.
17 and 65, dude.
That's terrible. But they did intentionally tank, to be fair. So like, okay, so I would say they could be like a 28 to 34 win team,
which is yet again right where the Magic and Hornets were, right above them.
And I think the Magic are jumped up into a play-in team because they are stocked this year.
Like Miami's still going to be good. The Hawks, I feel like, are still like all of these teams I'm mentioning. I think they still make the play-in playoff, which is the Hawks, the Heat, the Knicks, the Cavs, the Sixers, the Celtics, the Bucks. All of those teams are still top 10 teams to me. The only
unless there's an injury that happens.
I'm saying
that's the point.
Injuries off.
That's what decides. Cade Cunningham was hurt the entire last year.
Oh, Dave, I know, but like right now,
last year they didn't.
I'm not Nostradamus. I can't predict injuries. I can only look at like what we know.
But that's realistically how we get to the playoffs.
Yeah, we just got to hope that the entire East gets injured.
Yes. Now I'm glad we're on the same page.
Like the only question marks are the Nets, who won't have Kyrie and Kevin Durant for the first half of the year.
Had the first 50%.
I don't know, Toronto Raptors. Those are the only teams that were in the play-in and playoffs last year.
And that's where we would move in, and probably the Magic would move in.
I just
Magic might be ahead of us, which would be hilarious.
I look at this team and I just like, there's a part of me, and I thought this today, Dave.
Yeah.
I feel like what would benefit this team more, and I could I am all for being proven wrong, Dave. I will say that up front. I am all for being proven wrong, that this season goes fine. We make the play-in. Lonzo comes back in 2024, 2025. We tear up the East just like we were doing when Lonzo was healthy.
Yep.
But there's a part of me that thought today, and I don't know if this is overreaction or not, but I thought that one of the things that would help us and what we need is we need to go back. And what I mean go back, enter a time. Think about Bulls basketball right before we got Derrick Rose.
Not good.
Yeah, we need to go back to that to get a top 3 pick at least. We need that. We need a top 3 pick to build around.
I mean, I think you just got to appreciate what the Wizards were able to do with the new front office in such a short amount of time. The amount of flip that they provided.
That's another
They dumped their entire team base. Well, they're not even done. That's the crazy thing. They've got like 6 point guards on the roster, which we probably are going to try to get one of. if we're not going, I feel like Pat 5 is our fallback plan, but we really want to go after like a Monte Morris, a Tyus Jones. I'm guessing
they're not going to trade Tyus Jones. They just got him, right?
I think he's absolutely for sale. I think everyone is for sale.
Okay. I was going to say they just got, like, why would they trade for him? Well, that was to just get Kristaps off the books?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they can get something from us.
I thought they would, like, hey, we want Tyus in that deal. We're not going to trade.
I mean, like, Tyus is good, but he's also older than you think, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, also wasn't it?
Tyus is?
I want to say, can I give a range that's not a huge range? It's like 3 years. I was going to say 28 to 30.
Yeah, he's turning 28 in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
I wanted to say 28 and I wanted to say 30. Those were the two numbers I was throwing back in my head.
He's in his prime basically right now.
Yeah, wasn't it that he wanted to go to a playoff team and then he went to the Wizards? Wasn't that the rumor that he wanted to go to a team that would compete more than the Grizzlies?
Who's competing more than the Grizzlies?
I mean,
he was getting starter minutes. Basically,
Dave, I'm just telling you what I thought I heard out there.
I believe you're incorrect. I believe those rumors are not associated with him. That might be somebody else you're thinking of. Because basically he was just getting all the minutes from John Morant, and with John Morant in theory,
for 25 games.
Well, for a portion of the season, he was going to get more starts. And guess what? Last year he started like 15 games for them because John Morant was out. So like he was already getting starts for a very good playoff team. So now he's on a team that's rebuilding completely, torn down, and he's in his prime. Now, is he someone good to have on the team? Probably. But like I do think that he's not in their long-term plans because he's already in his prime. And their long-term plan is to go full rebuild. So no, he's 100%. Like if they can get value for him, they're going to trade him.
Okay.
That's the whole point of that Wizards' new front office is they value picks, they value youth, they value raw talent. And guess what? We just drafted somebody in the second round who is raw talent. Wouldn't you like to flip? So I'm just saying, like, I think that there's some we should admire what they did with their front office in such a short period of time because that's what the Bulls should have got out of AKME when they first got here and the whole team.
That's what it was.
Instead, we just had double down, triple down, quadruple down on the Vucevic deal. DeMar, Alex Caruso, who is a godsend. I love him. Even DeMar's great. Like I got no problem.
Man, I hate bringing up AC and like I hate that teams want him so much that I wouldn't be mad if we traded AC, but I really hate bringing him up in trade talks because I love him so much.
I mean, same with DeMar. DeMar's a great guy. Seems like a great mentor on the team. Everything's positive. But, you know, it's funny when during the press conference yesterday, they were asked about the Vucevic trade now finally wrapping up. Everything is totaled.
And when they said they're happy with it and that
okay.
They felt like, it's a good deal because I don't think it was.
So they got clipped a little bit there, but yes, the answer was that they felt like it was good because it proved they're willing to compete again. Let me see if I can pull up the entire quote here. End of the trade. All right. The final piece of the Vucevic trade comes full circle. Effectively, Vucevic for Wendell Carter Jr. and picks that became Franz Wagner and Howard. Karnashova says, I think with that transaction, we brought Vooch here to show everyone that we're trying to win. I think once we brought in Vooch, we brought in DeMar, we brought in Alex, we brought in Zoe. We started to try to improve our team and be competitive. I thought the deal worked out pretty well for us. So yeah, it proved a point that, hey, we're not going to just sit around on our hands and hope people develop. Unfortunately, they were sitting on a gold mine of talent, and they just let them go for a interesting package. You know, a Vucevic who is still a good player, nothing wrong with him. But, you know, if you ask any Bulls fan today, if they was Wendell Carter Jr., Franz Wagner, Howard, who, I don't know, we probably wouldn't have Howard, but like potentially even still have Lowry Markkanen on the team, you know, who is now fantastic because he gets the spotlight over in Utah. It's just, there's so much of that trade that rippled through Bulls fans that we all hate so much, and it will continue to be held over our heads forever. Him saying that out loud, that I thought the deal worked out pretty well for us. I understand with the context what he's going for, but that is not what anyone wants to hear.
No, and the only thing I will say,
we're about to re-sign Vucevic. You can't trash talk the man when we're trying to give him payday again.
The only thing that helps the deal is that the Magic reached so far on Jet Howard this year.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
Like that's the only thing. Like if they would have got someone better than Jet Howard, I'd be more mad about it. And like hindsight,
we don't know how good Howard is quite yet.
Yeah,
but
and hindsight's always 2020. But like Bulls fans could sit here and look, and we could say, so who would we rather have? Vucevic, who we have now, or if we would have kept that, we would have kept Wendell.
Yep.
We could have. I'll be honest. If we would have stayed 8, I would have been fine just drafting Franz Wagner. Yep. But like. After that, some people may look of like, hey, Davion Mitchell was there. We kind of will go, we need a point guard right now. Like, we could have drafted a point guard. Who knows if we would have drafted Davion Mitchell? Dave, like context is everything.
I'm afraid that we wouldn't have drafted Franz Wagner. Mm-hmm. But yes,
like Chris Duarte, Moses Moody. Like
there's a lot of talent in that draft class.
And like this year, if we were there, like, let's be honest, like even if we didn't go point guard with that first one, Dave, how excited would you have been if the Bulls were there and we drafted Kobe Buffkin?
Thrilled.
Like,
absolutely thrilled.
We could have just stayed and like, yes, hindsight's 2020. We didn't know 3 years ago who was going to be here. But like,
point being, it's very hard. It's very easy to kick ourselves looking at that deal, looking back. So I understand. But as a front office saying what they said, thought the deal worked out pretty well for us. Shot in the heart. But this offseason, we're limited. We're handicapped at this point to our contractual obligations to Lonzo Ball and his recovery. So $20 million unavailable to us. We're not getting rid of that. It just feels like we are just full on, hey, if we can get a point guard, great. Now we're rumored to be looking at a shooting guard wing like combo. Bitum out of Turkey. I watched about 8 minutes of clips of him. Sure, why not is my answer at this point. It is what it is. I'm not super concerned with it. I just think that we have to wait for the year to play out for trades to happen because it feels like there might be a small pause at the moment in the market. Free agency starts up in a couple weeks, Ricky. I think it's 1 week, actually, 1 week out. So maybe we'll have some movement there. Maybe we'll have some more rumors come up around, sign-in trades or potential deals around the members of our team still.
So the official start date is next Friday. Yeah, next Friday is the official start of free agency. I just think it sucks. Like, obviously, fans, you don't want to be in this situation. We
were getting a full teardown.
No, not that. I'm just saying, like, nobody as a fan wants to just be mediocre. Nobody wants to just be, we'll be the 8th seed, and at least we made the playoffs, and we're happy, and I'll be honest, maybe outside fans looking in, kind of like fans like you and I, Dave, are spoiled a little bit because we became fans or were born right at the perfect era to be a Bulls fan.
I mean, if we were a little bit older, it'd be pretty nice, though, because it'd be like Boston kids who grew up, watching Tom Brady win a billion things.
Exactly. How maybe like the kids that are in high school right now see the Warriors that were born in the Bay Area.
Sure.
Like
we saw good Bulls. We saw the best player of all time. And now we've been mediocre with a couple shining years in between.
Well, and last thing I'll say, here's the thing too, like the Derrick Rose Bulls. Yeah, I know. The Derrick Rose Bulls were not championship team.
We were.
But no. We were caliber. We didn't win is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
But at least we were there. We were in the fight. And that's what I think Bulls fans are striving for. And that's why fans like me are upset. But this is where you guys come in. Let us know down below in the comment section. What do you guys think? Bulls fans, which side are you on? Are you basically on Dave's side and you're calm, cool, collect? Yep. Or are you on my side and you're upset? You're passionate. Sell the team, Reinsdorf. You're not going to do us any good.
I'm passionate about my fanhood.
No. Okay. Wrong use of word. Just you're calm, cool, collect. I'm irrational. Like I'm irrational right now. I know this. Let's be honest. It was the sell the team thing that I knew I was going to get into this as soon as I brought that up. That's why I did. That's why I was like, I don't want to start with this early. I'm like, but I feel like it. Let us know what you guys think down below. Remember,
are we going to be here a year from today?
Yes.
Having the same conversation about this team and hoping Alonzo Ball will be healthy now that he's had the surgery, a full year off, and summer to get back in shape. Will we be here in 1 year?
Dave,
what's your prediction?
Dave, here, yeah.
I need yours.
Yeah, mine, yeah. Here's what we're going to do, and this is where I'm going with it. next year, if we're in that same position, we're not recording a new video. I'm clipping that, putting it at the front, throwing this video up again. We'll just do the same. Why record a new video, Dave? It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. Like, that's what we're going to do if we're in the same spot. If you want to support us, Patreon links down below. If you want to join the Discord, it's a great choice. We're always in there talking Bulls. We need more Bulls fans, is what I hear in the Discord. Let us know. That link for free down below. There's a ton of us, and I love it. Hit that link. Dave and I will be back talking Bulls. We're going to be back. We love the Bulls. But thank you guys, Bulls Nation. We'll see you. See red. And as always, have a good day, everybody. As always, we'd like to thank the people that make these videos possible, our patrons whose names are displayed on the screen now. If you would like to become a patron, go ahead and click the Patreon icon in the bottom right. And if you'd like to check out another video from MVP Sports, hit the video in the upper left. As always, thanks for watching.